So I think it's going. Oh yeah, you can see my screen.
Okay. Is that the issue also? Mira, I'm going.
So you can see stuff.
But
But
no buts or yes?
oh no, I think it's just a little bit. I think it's just a little lagged.
I
Concurrent.
mean, that's fine.
Oh, so I think this is.
We don't know. What are we gonna eat?
Oh, so I think people can see me. Hello there. I think I figured this out. Monetize. Oh, I don't want to monetize it. Live chat. Because then there's going to be less people that come in. Dunzo. Save. That should get people on here, right? Like without getting people to like, oh, you know what? I think your stuff show.
My text?
Yeah. Which is probably not. How do I close them? Turn off. There you go.
No.
There you go.
Oh, you
so that should probably turn off, yeah. Oh.
No?
Is it working? Yeah, I think it's working. XRPTA. You can hear me, right, dude? Wesley? GMETA today. Yeah, I can do all that. I mean, we can start off with XRP just because Wesley was like the first one to actually like request it and stuff. We can do that, and I'll show you guys like on. Take into consideration that this is the first time that I've actually gone officially live. That's right, it's not supported on Coinbase. So we can do Bittrex. Is Bittrex here? Well, whatever. We'll do Bitfinex. I think we might actually have. Yeah, I think we already have a setup on where I think it's actually going to. But what we can do is we can actually clear everything, so we can do this from scratch. And I can show you guys exactly what we can expect from XRP, at least in the next coming days and stuff. So we'll zoom in a bit. You guys can see what I'm doing, right? All right, cool. I'm starting to see everybody's comments come in and stuff. So all right, well, we'll do the XRPTA. So I guess the easiest way to start is basically just to add like support and resistance. This is gonna be, I guess, like an easy way of showing you guys how a TA can be, relatively done in a short amount of time. To start off, you do need TradingView. TradingView is completely free. It's up here, tradingview.com. It's, like I said, it's completely free. You guys just have to sign up and actually get an account with them. I personally don't have an actual, the pro account. I do use the free account, but I will be purchasing the pro account maybe sometime this year, maybe next year. I don't personally need it. I don't need a pro account because everything that I do is I can basically do with the free version, right? And I don't want to say that I recommend the pro version unless you're like a super crazy, you want like a bunch of indicators and stuff. So I mean, you can do plenty fine with just the free version of TradingView. But let's start off with actually adding the support and resistance. And the easiest way that I found to add support and resistance, at least a heavy support and resistance zone, is looking at wicks. So you see the wicks? So wick. We basically start off by adding the first resistance right there when all these wicks touch. So first wick, second wick, third wick, fourth wick. And I usually like to add, I only add support and resistance where there's 3 or more wicks actually created around the same area, right? The same linear area, which is right here. So we have this wick. And we basically go down and touch every single one. And for the last one, so we touch this one, this one. And for the last one, I actually add it right on the tip of it. So I don't know if you guys understood exactly what I was trying to say, but that's basically what's going to happen. I like to add my my support and resistance based off the wicks right here. So we'll go in, we'll add a second one. So the second one looks like we might add it right here. And why am I adding it right there? Wick touching right here, wick touching right here, wick touching right here. And I don't like to base the price action or the resistance and support off of previous wicks. So if I use this wick this wick, this one, and this one, I tend to not use that for the next support and resistance because I don't like to kind of duplicate the wicks all that much because there's no coincidence in the market, right? If there are prices of, these are all prices, this section right here, this little price zone, these are all prices of kind of like indecisiveness where the market is like, oh, you know what? Let's give you an example. So down here, the market's like, oh, I'm gonna go up, but I'm kind of trailing sideways. I'm consolidating. So what am I gonna do? Am I gonna go up or am I gonna go down? These are not coincidences, right? There's never a coincidence in the market. Everything is basically tailored to move on the same way that that the market wants to move, right? So everything is basically made, or the price moves based off of not coincidences, but it's based off of maybe big block orders, sell orders, resistance, support, maybe trending stuff. But let's just kind of continue this because I don't want to like blabber on too much, and I know that I tend to do that a lot and stuff. So the next one, we can actually add the next wick here. So we're using this wick, this one, and this wick right here. We'll add the next line of support right there, and then we'll do one more down here because we have this one and this one touching. So we'll do that one, and then we'll do one more just to give you guys that example, right? So right here, we have plenty of price touches on support. So right here, and then this section, right? So what we want to do is we actually want to see where it actually has the most wicks touching. So wick, 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 again, wick, 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 down here, wick, and then you see this big break in right here in candles, right? You see this bullish candle, and then you see the next bullish candle completely go on the upside. And if we add it right there in the middle, you can actually see that it actually touched every single wick, 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 almost touches wick, wick, and then right here, right? So I don't believe in adding a bunch of price and resistance zones down here because it doesn't matter, right? That's like that price is like 100%. Like I don't know how far away that is, right? That's like really, really far away. So we don't need that as far as like you don't need to set anything down here really because your price is fluctuating through here. Let me see if there's more people like that got on the chat and stuff. What's up? Hey guys, I'm looking at the chat right now. I'll do after the XRPTA, I'll do Safe Moon, and then after Safe Moon, I'll do GME. Just because I wanted to get on here and really just do this really quickly. If we actually go into like a steeper or like a smaller time frame, you can see where price is actually kind of bouncing forward, right? Actually, I'll add one more price up here just because wick, wick, wick. Just because we need a space on the top side. Oh, that's my daughter. We're actually feeding her right now. But you can see where it actually runs to, right? So price of indecisiveness, and then jumps up. Price of indecisiveness, jumps up. Price of indecisiveness, and then just breaks that. Same thing. So you guys can clearly see where price actually tends to actually hit these lines like perfectly, right? Even when we're out on the week chart, which is a higher time frame, if you go down to even the 4 hour, you guys can see that it's hitting basically, perfect zones of where price tends to bounce off of, right? So what are my actual indicators, right? A lot of people keep asking me what are my actual indicators. My major ones are going to be those stochastic that are running on price of 14, 3, and 3. So you can look up the regular stochastic on TradingView. All you have to do really is just add an indicator and then just add stochastic and make sure that it's running on the 14.3.3 settings. The big one that people are asking me, which is my own custom-made indicator, is the reverse MACD, which actually tells me that if you're like, for example, this little red bubble that gets created, it tells me, hey, if you're short on this position, you need to get out of your position, which is doing the opposite. So a regular MACD actually shows you when to buy and when to sell. My MACD indicator shows me when to actually sell or when to sell your buy position and when to sell your short position. So remember, these red dots would actually tell me, hey, if you're short on this position, sell because there's going to be a run-up coming up. So what happened? The little red bubble indicator happened. Guess what? Price went up. Again, the green bubble got created. The green bubble means, hey, if you're long on a position, sell. What happened here? It kind of stayed a little stagnant, but then it started dropping, right? So this is where kind of a little bit more experience come into play, just to kind of see how certain price moves. But we'll go into the XRP kind of a little bit in depth and see what's going on. So what I'd like to see first of all is on my MAs, right? So we have the blue line is the 50 MA, which is the moving average, and 200 is the 200-day moving average. when you have the 200 MA above this blue 50 MA, it basically means you're looking for sells. And this is, I wouldn't really base this off the week chart. I would base this more off the daily chart because the daily is actually a little bit more accurate than the weekly, just from experience. So as we can see on the daily, the 50 MA is actually above the 200, which means we're in an uptrend, right? So all we're really looking for is buys. The bias right here is going to be that whenever you're looking to get into a position, all you're looking for is buys. So, and there are certain confluences that I like to take into mind of how I would enter a position, right? I think for the most part, we have to have, if I'm looking for a position where I'm looking to enter it in, for example, right now, I would definitely think, this is a perfect example on XRP that I think it's going to go up, right? So last time, so look at the red bubble. It's basically telling me, hey, if you're in a short position, sell it. What happened to the stochastic? Created clear bottoms, and the blue line is over the red, right? So right now, immediately, I do think, and because we actually broke previous resistance of 1.49 or like around $1.50 on XRP, there's a very, very, very big chance that we're actually going to see XRP at $1.60 just from previous runs. So if you guys can actually look at this previous run, right? We hit bottoms and then we created a buy. We were bullish for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So on the actual bullish side, we were doing it for 5 days. I would expect to have some sort of the same movement on XRP when we have that same kind of indication. So I do think that as of right now, XRP will be bullish for the next 5 days, which means that we have a really good probability of actually hitting that $1.63 from previous resistance, right? So I would definitely take this right here. But again, that depends on whether the 50 MA is actually above the 200. So again, 50 MA is above the 200 MA, which means that you're only looking for buys. And again, the stochastic created clear bottoms. The blue line is over the red, is another confluence. And then what just happened? We just had that red bubble created, which means, hey, if you're in shorts, sell out of your shorts, which also means take a buy. So that means that right now, I would basically be taking a buy in right now. If we drop a little bit lower, I would still be taking that buy. Why? Because it's giving me pretty good confluence of where the price is looking to actually go. And we're in very, very clear territories of having an uptrend, of being on an uptrend, right? So, this doesn't have to be perfect, but this is basically what we're showing, right? So we'll do this. Hitting lows, bam. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't tend to use trend lines all that much because I don't really like trading off of like patterns or sort of candle patterns. I mean, you can definitely do this by yourself. Like, you can hit like certain trend lines and kind of basically think of where price can actually go. And I actually do it based off of wick. I don't do it based off of candle, right? Because this is showing, the wick is actually showing us where potentially the price can actually go instead of the actual candle being down here. I don't really trust candles. I trust wicks. So it does look like what is it, like ascending triangle, whatever it's called. I don't really care too much about it, but like I said, as of right now, XRP is looking extremely bullish. If I had to guess, take a big guess right now, XRP is an extremely bullish territory. We might actually, and the thing is though, if you're looking for an entry on XRP, I would not actually enter right now. I would actually probably wait after, I would probably go deeper in. See, look at that. We created tops on the XRP, on the stochastic. We're clearly going down, and we just created that bubble, which is telling us, hey, if you have longs, sell. So I do think that at minimum, I think there's going to be one part of, we're actually retesting this top right here. So I think that buying in right now is a fairly good play, but keep into consideration that we might actually drop maybe around this 1.35, maybe back all the way down to previous support. So if I was going into longs right now, which I'm definitely biased towards, I'd buy in right now, and then if we drop back again here, then I'd probably put in another position where it's like double, so it actually makes up for the position here. So if I buy in $100 here, I'd probably buy in $200 right here. So if halfway up, I'm actually already break even, and I can decide, hey, I'm going to get out at break even, or I'm going to keep holding, which in this case, XRP, I am pretty bullish on this, and I do think that it'll probably shoot up. And I am bullish on XRP for the next, 5 days that I say. This is based off the previous average runs that XRP has had over the course of, the beginning of April, and That's basically it. So to answer your question, I think I forgot your name, bro. Um, what was it? Wesley? Wesley. So XRP definitely bullish all the way up towards um, what is it? 1.62. There's the chance that we might come down to 1.31, like around like 1.30 cents. So if I was like my opinion, if I you were gonna buy into XRP, if you had $1,000 to buy XRP, I'd probably buy in right now. And then if it dips lower, I'd probably throw in another $1,000. Or if you only had $1,000, I'd buy 500 now, and then wait till the potential drop at $1.30, and then buy in there. But yeah, 100%, I do think XRP is gonna keep following this trend, and I do think at minimum XRP is gonna hit $1 and like 63 cents within the next 5 days or so. That's basically how you would go in and you would try to figure out what's going on. Sorry guys, I'm gonna go back to the comments because I'm like reading right now. What's up? Hi. I want to hear your thoughts on AMC next week. Next week, yeah, I'll talk about it next week. I'll talk about it on Monday. I think my next TA that I'm gonna show is gonna be for what is it? The one and only one. I'm gonna do the GME TA later, like today. I'll do it right. If you're still alive, dude, like I'll do it for you right now. Should I buy Ethereum Classic, Dogecoin, or Algorand? If I had to pick between the three, the only thing that I would buy right now is possibly maybe half of Doggy and half of Ethereum Classic. Algorand is definitely really good if you're looking to stake your coin and kind of grow your position based off of interest. Because I know that Algorand actually offers what they offer like kind of like staking your coin or something. I don't know. I think for the most part, I think you build up on interest for Algorand and you get more coins as time goes on, something like that. How old is your daughter? My daughter is 6 months. She just turned 6 months. You know, she's been a blast, dude. Like I can't. So excited that she's like here. You know, like I was super like in the beginning I was super scared of having my daughter because it's our first baby, me and my wife's, and I was like freaking out. But now that she's here, 6 months in, oh, I could not. 100%, I cannot like see my life without my daughter. I think she's like, it's fun, man. It's definitely fun. I love her so much. Do you think if Bitcoin go down, I'll triple? I'll triple? I don't know what that means. I'll triple. I mean, triple your position. I mean, I would think that that'd be a good. I do think so. Yeah. Left my ass off. I'm balls deep. XRP 80,000 coins. Good for you, bro. I do think XRP is gonna keep going up. Hi, Dad. What up, dude? What about stock market? Everything is down. Do you think the sell will continue? Yes, I do think the sell will continue. I do think we are going to keep selling off. This rebound, this bounce back, this bounce back that we had like Thursday and Friday. I do think that's a. I don't want to say it's necessarily a bull trap, but I do think it's going to go back down. I'm not exactly, I'm not 100% positive, but there's a big chance that all tech, like meme tech, all stuff like that, can definitely keep dropping. Wesley, oh, you're welcome, dude. Yeah, you're welcome for the thingy. Could Elon go with Cardano? So I think there is a chance that Elon could go with Cardano. As of right now, he seems like he's putting a lot of effort into Dogecoin. So it's kind of up in the air, right? I wouldn't know if he's actually gonna do it or not. But as far as my opinion, I think the most probable and most like statistically, I think that the best coin that he could use is actually Cardano. It's the most efficient. It has the most projects that are actually going to be in line. It's running on the Ethereum blockchain. I think Cardano has an extreme potential, which is why that's my biggest position. If you guys have seen my previous videos about when I put my Coinbase up, it's my biggest position. And I think that Cardano is a huge. It definitely has a lot of potential, right? Tony, there's a lot of crazy numbers thrown around Reddit for what GME will go to: 10K, 100K, 1 million, 10 million. So those numbers actually sound a little bit like nonsense to me. I do think that I do think that, you know what, talking about GameStop, let's just start on let's just do we'll just do the TA on GameStop, right? We'll just do it right now. There's no reason to keep you guys waiting. So I should have my chart set up. There we go. So I don't think I'm gonna reset my chart because I actually just showed you guys how I do my TAs. So I don't think I'm going to do it from scratch because it's going to take a while. But, just to give you guys like an idea of what I'm using right now. So let's go on the week chart, right? So the only thing that so we did break out of this and we basically did nothing and we actually went to the downside, which isn't exactly the best. But what I am waiting for, the big thing that I'm waiting for GameStop to not necessarily do like a short squeeze, but to have a move up. So you guys know that I've been accumulating a lot of GameStop. I think I'm up to around 60 shares right now. I'm up to 60 shares, so it's about like $10,000, I think. So not a huge position, but still, I still have a position in it. Um, as of right now, GameStop is definitely looking like it's losing momentum towards the downside. Again, remember, I'm using the reverse. Oh, sorry, I'm using the reverse MACD. So it's telling me, hey, if you're basically long in this position, sell. What happened? Long in this position, sell. I'm waiting for this red dot to be created, because what happened the last time these red dots got created on the GameStop chart, right? Like let's take a look. Let me see where my forecast is, bro, because I do not know where I keep my forecast. Oh, there we go. So let's look last time. Last time this red dot got created, we'll do right from the middle. We went up in an insane amount, right? So let's go up here, right? Where is it? So the highest we went was actually up here. So last time we actually made that movement, we went up what 16 times. We did a 1,685 percent move up. We did tops of $453 before Robinhood fucking cut everybody out, right? And we did that in 2 weeks. The next time we actually had that red dot cross, it should actually be from down here. But again, what happened? Next time we had that red dot cross, we'll do it right from the middle, because I don't want to have it down here, right? Because that's not where the red dot actually crossed. Last time that happened, we did a what? We did almost a 200% gain. We did a 229 point gain in 7 days, so half that time. If we actually do something around this range, I don't know whether we're actually going to shoot up, and the next pop is going to be towards 283. It really depends on how the media takes it. It depends on what the short squeeze can look like. So I do think at minimum in the next week or two, GameStop can definitely run to $283. I do think that we can do that. So that's why I'm basically accumulating. I'm basically grabbing my positions here because I do think that there's a solid chance of us hitting 283. And when 283 actually gets here, that's when I know I can actually sell out of maybe I can sell like half of my position. That way I make most of my money back, and I basically let the rest of it ride. So in a case where GameStop maybe goes to like, $10,000, which I think is definitely a possibility, just on the fact that there's actually a chance that GameStop can be shorted a fuck ton instead of just the initial thought of like 130% or something. So I could definitely go a lot into GameStop. Not necessarily myself, but another buddy of mine has done a lot of research on what he thinks can actually happen, and he thinks that there are a lot more shares that were created to short as opposed to the available amount. And what that means is that when you have billion-dollar hedge funds that are shorting the shit out of GameStop, there's a very, very big potential for something like this to actually run up multiple on multiples, dude. And again, you can't really do the math on this unless you actually know the actual short volume that's coming in, as opposed like to the actual shares available, right? So if let's say there's 100 shares of GameStop available, and somebody is shorting like 300 shares. So that means that the potential so think about it this way. If we thought that, I gotta get rid of this crap, whatever. Think about it this way. If we ran from $18 and we hit these 450 tops, we did a 16x move in 2 weeks, because there were people shorting it that thought that it was still shorting at like 130%, right? So if there's more shorts now and we actually find the amount, there's a solid chance that we can do another maybe 16x from here. And the thing is, the multiple comes in from the previous runs, right? So it doesn't necessarily depend on the actual price. It depends on how much volume comes in and the movement. So from right here, we can definitely expect maybe like a 10x from the 150 mark towards like wherever. What's 150 times 10? It's what, $1,500? So I think at minimum, GameStop can definitely short squeeze to like $1,000. As far as like $10,000, $1 million, I don't think that's necessarily possible. I mean, I haven't done a lot of research to really kind of know exactly what's going on with GameStop, but it seems it doesn't seem like common sense to me. But again, GameStop isn't common sense, right? I think for the next run, we can potentially see GameStop actually going to, I think for right here, I think the next run, we might actually, I don't want to say we can see tops, but I do think that the next The next top might be 283, and it'll fit fairly well with just a basic trend line going in here, right? So I do think 283 is a solid number for GameStop to hit. If it does hit this, and I do think it will start going towards 283 in the next week or two, I'll probably sell half my position and the rest of it ride till whatever. I don't even care about GameStop anymore. Um, so I do think GameStop has a chance of hitting minimum $1,000. After that, it's up in the air, man. Like I don't really know. I don't think anybody really knows or has really sat down and did the math on what can happen to like not Big C, but GameStop. So as of right now, again, I am bullish, accumulating here. My entry right now is actually perfect at around this 159 level. Um, so if we do run up from 159 to 289, I can maybe see like a 70% gain, and then I'll probably sell half my position and keep the rest running and stuff. So I hope that answers your question. FVR analysis, sure, I'll do that. I'll do that right now. I think I have one more TA before ARC TA. So I did already do an ARC TA. You can actually look at my previous videos for that. I don't want to do another ARC TA right now. I do still think that ARC is going down, or at least it's on very good support right now, where it can potentially keep running. So I do think that right now, if you want to buy into ARC, I do think that it's a really good time to buy into ARC. But there's also a chance that it can still drop. So I do think that that ARC is definitely a really good position to buy in. But I also do think that ARC can definitely go down. If you guys saw my previous videos, like from this past week, I've actually been buying a bunch of puts daily on ARC, and I think just this week on just ARC, I made like $1,500 just buying puts every single day. Basically buying one day, selling the next. I think. You've really upset me, but I know the bearded geek. Oh, dude, upset you? How? What did I do to upset you? So Bitcoin drop. All the other cryptos will not drop because it'll be back in the history. Bitcoin crash, everything crash. What you think? I think that if Bitcoin crashes, I think we're gonna have an altcoin rally, and then after that altcoin rally finishes, I think we're going back down. I think everything's dropping. I know you guys say that. I know a lot of you guys don't like the fact that I'm bearish on Bitcoin, and I still am. But it's basic. I'm just looking at TA, right? I'm not really out here to fight anybody on or argue on the price. I'm giving you guys. I'll check up on Big C right now, man. I'm not out here. I'm giving you guys very unbiased TA, right? So whether I hold a position, whether I don't hold a position, I'm just sharing what the TA actually shows, right? I think personally that Bitcoin has a very big chance of dropping back down to 17, 20K. Is there definitely a possibility that it doesn't touch that? 100%. I mean, I've been wrong before, right? So I mean, if Bitcoin drops all the way back down to 17, 20K, it's gonna be crazy, right? But like I said, I think that it does. There's a very very big chance that that Bitcoin does actually drop back down to 17, 20. What is it? 17, 20K, man. Like it just that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like it can do. And as far as why I mean, a lot of people say that Bitcoin has too much support, too much, institutions, too many hedge funds bought into it. But look at what Tesla just did. The fact that they backed out of Bitcoin. Big C is at 46. Jesus, I actually sold off of Big C back at like these 70. I think the last time we ran up to like 80 something, I sold my Big C position because I was like, nah, this shit's gonna take too long to recover. I'll do the tier right now, but going back into Bitcoin, I don't think it has enough support to not drop. Like we're not seeing mass adoption of Bitcoin yet. Like when you'll mass adoption to me is when I can go to McDonald's and buy a Big Mac with Bitcoin. That's mass adoption. Mass adoption isn't what we're in right now. This is still very, very we're still very, very early. Like crypto is still very early. It hasn't been adopted by everybody. Yeah, you guys can say that. There's countries like Venezuela or other countries, Nigeria, that are using Bitcoin, but those are like third world countries, dude. Like that's not a big world power. You don't have Russia, China. China just said hell no to Bitcoin, right? And then the U.S. Unless the U.S. finds a way to make money off of Bitcoin and tax everybody, there's no way that the U.S. is gonna allow, crypto to actually be a thing. And you guys need to understand that the people have no fucking power, dude. Like the people like us, people like me and you, Like we don't have any power. Like the government is gonna know exactly what to do in the case of um, Bitcoin just running up and mooning or something, right? So I do think that Bitcoin doesn't have the support um, where a drop to 1720K isn't completely out of the picture. We've already seen Bitcoin drop to like 45K before, and I definitely think I definitely think that it can and happen again, right? So let's do that big C because I don't want to keep blabbering, right? Because I'm like talking. So again, we're at the week chart. What are we doing right now? We're looking for a bunch of wicks that touched, right? Wick, 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 and then wick and wick over here. So we're looking at all these wicks that touched. We're basically looking at the best zone to actually put this. I'm gonna leave that right there because that's a pretty good indication of where price can be. I'll start getting the trend lines from up here because guess what? We're not in that price zone anymore, so it doesn't really matter if we're getting the you know price zone up here doesn't matter because guess what? Price is down here, so you don't need to add support and resistance line up here anymore. Like it doesn't matter. We're not. That's too many. That's too many points away. We don't really need that. So again, there's another resistance right there. Why? Because wick, 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 and then almost over there, but I don't want to move it up that high. So these are just kind of like general areas of where price was kind of consolidating or it stopped out, right? So the next one would be right around here because we have 2x touching on the week chart, and the next one would probably be we'll move the next one right. We'll move the next one right there. Um, so we do see that price is. We'll zoom in a little bit. So on the week chart, um, damn man, I don't want to say that Big C looks bad, but it doesn't necessarily look the best right now. We did have huge sell-offs, and usually the first indication of why I think it might keep selling off is the stochastic has generally been here for the last couple of weeks, and it tends to react pretty well to sell-off. So we had a sell-off back here, right? So back in February 16, we started that sell-off, and guess what? We dropped a pretty decent amount. Let's do a forecast, right? So let's see how far it actually dropped. So from that actual trigger, right, that sell-off trigger right here, let's do from the highs. We'll do like the middle because I don't like doing highs and lows when it's that far away. So the lowest that it actually reached was down here. It reached lows of, so it dropped 21 and a half points in 13 days, which is about 30%. I like to kind of indicate the same thing when I'm doing TA for kind of forecasts, right? So where I think where it's actually going to go, I base it off of previous moves like this, right? Because there's definitely a big chance that it can happen again. So middle would be like let's do like right there, right? So in 13 days, we'll do this, right? 13, 14 days, whatever, it dropped 21 points. So I think if I had to actually take a guess, wild guess, I would say that there's a solid chance that in the next week or so you might see Big C if it keeps this consistent drop. You might see Big C all the way down to 32 cents. I mean sorry about that, $32, which is kind of scary to be honest. And you can kind of sort of and this is where the fibs kind of come in, right? You can kind of sort of gauge exactly how far it can actually go by that's not what I want. It has to be the other way. So we'll do lows. We actually close on this low, so we're actually doing this. So from previous lows, from previous highs, it's like what previous highs up here. Oh man, I can't go that high. Let's see. So from previous highs, right? So from previous highs to previous lows. Whoops. Go back. So from previous highs to previous lows, next price would be, oh, that's way too low, man. What am I doing wrong with my fibs, man? Here to here? Did I mark it too low? No, I shouldn't be able to, unless we do this. Nah. So I won't use fibs because I feel like I'm doing it wrong. It should probably be from here to like lows of here. Yeah, I think that should probably be it. But anyways, yeah, man, there's definitely a solid chance that we can keep dropping all the way down, which is not the best because as of right now, yeah, if I had to, think about it, I would say that there's a very, very, very strong chance that Big C drops to. Oh well, there it is on the day chart. I forgot I was doing it on the day chart, not on the week chart. So on the week chart, yeah, I think the next stop, if we do keep dropping the same way, we can definitely see $32 on Big C. Um, on the week chart, yeah, I mean, well, let's look at previous sell-offs, right? How long did they actually last? The last sell-off was 1, 2, 3 weeks, and then after that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can kind of say that in between 3 to 5 weeks is when the sell-offs tend to happen for Big C. So we're on the second week. I do think that next week can potentially be another sell-off. I mean, if anything, you can probably see Big C maybe retouch these highs of $48 before actually dropping back down. So you guys see this indicator, this buy indicator here, moving towards the upside, and guess what? On the day, buy, we hit buy, we kept rising, and on average, we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I'd say maybe 2, 3 days of bullish movement to the upside. So as of right now, I can definitely see Big C running up to maybe $48 in the next day or two. But as of right now, I do have to kind of say that I am pretty bearish on Big C, all the way down to potentially $32. I mean, even right now, you can kind of see that it's retesting this level right now. It basically closed at this level, which is the previous zone of resistance, right? Which is right here, and it's basically there. So if it actually breaks to the upside, there's a good chance that it'll keep moving. But if you see this actually close down, I do think there's a very strong chance of Big C going all the way down to like $32, which is very concerning if you have a big position in Big C. And to that one guy who was asking Big C, Juicy Begum, sorry, bro. I hope you don't have a huge position in that. I think I remember you. I think we were in Big C together and stuff, dude. Yeah, big oof, bro. Big oof. I did sell off Big C back like when it was in $80, $70, I think. Like I said, I think I took it at a loss a little bit. And then I think I took like $1,000 loss on Big C because I did think it was going to keep going down. And I just completely forgot about it. After I sold, I just forgot about it. So, I'm sorry about that. I should have made another video. But yeah, I mean, Big C, I definitely think it has the potential to come down to $32, which is kind of unfortunate because Big C is, I definitely think that Big C should not be trading at these levels. I do think that that's a joke. I think it's completely BS. What is it called? Like I said, I think it's completely BS. I think it should definitely be trading at something high, like at least maybe $80, $90, because the market valuation for Big C is super, super low. I think any price right now would be a good hold. It just kind of sucks. When do you see it coming back to 100? So I do see it coming back to 100. I do see Big C going back to 100, but not. I don't want to say necessarily soon, especially not right now. I didn't want to make a video about this yet, but I do think that a big sell-off, an even bigger sell-off, might actually be happening again. And I know a lot of people are actually, I'll go into ARK because I think I made a video about this for a while back. And by the way, long term, I am bullish on ARK just because it has gaps here that it needs to fill. But as of right now, I'm still pretty what's it called? Pretty bearish on ARK just because I do think it's going to be retesting here, possibly heading back down. But again, we have to see the next couple days. Anyways, what was I talking about for the week? So let me take this down a little bit for you guys. This is my worry. This is my worry right here. If ARK, so this sell-off right here, we can still see a sell-off right here. But if ARK ends up going towards $82 and then dropping, there is no support. There is no very good support or resistance around in between $60 and $82. So if we do see some sort of fall from these levels, apart from this fall up here to here, you guys still have this fall, this huge fall with really no big support or resistance that they can drop down to. And, we can see another 26% drop off from those levels, right? But again, ARK, as of right now, it would still need to drop let me see what the forecast is right now. So from these levels where it closed on Friday, it would need to drop another 20% to even get close to that. But again, we can see this on a lot of stocks like PLTR, not Roblox, PLTR, Neo, XPeng. You can see a lot of stocks that are similar to that. you guys can see that they have this huge gap in price that actually happened from what? From last year May up until July, and a lot of stocks have this huge gap in price, and that's kind of the bad part. Because if we ever end up seeing ARK around this level, what can actually happen is it can take the market down with it, and it actually has a lot of analysts scared. I mean, I don't really care too much about the analysts, but it could do something like this, where it crosses, it goes back down up, it goes up here, retests, and then it drops all the way back down towards $60. And that's a huge drop. That's a huge drop in price, right? So it can drop down here, retest, and go back down. So that's why a lot of people are scared that ARK crossing this level right here is a big indicator that we can definitely have another black swan event and kind of affecting all tech, really. I'm still pretty bearish on ARK. On average, it's really been, maybe 2-3 weeks on an actual that it's gone on a sell-off. And we are actually ending that second week. But again, look at the stochastic. It's been at bottom. So I wouldn't be surprised that we keep selling off and maybe go back to $98, which I basically made a video of ARK going to 98. I wouldn't be surprised that we go down to like $91, maybe even 82. But as of right now, I am pretty bearish on. Oh man, that does not look good. If you even look at the month chart, look at those huge MACD candles, right? And we're barely creating tops off the stochastic. So I don't know, man. If it doesn't bounce from here, if it does not bounce from here, I can easily see it dropping all the way back down to like this huge. Oh man, yeah, I can easily see it going all the way back down to $60 if it doesn't stop. Like it's a very big probability that ARK can drop all the way down to $60 before recovering, right? But yeah, ARK. Yeah, I don't know. ARK still bearish. For those of you that had a question, I'm still pretty bearish on ARK. Let me see. Let me go back up to see. Tony, what is the next move for GME? I've been accumulating for like a week or two of GME. I'm up to 60 shares. I think I'm up to 60 shares of GME. 50K position in GME. That's great. I mean, that's good for you, man. I hope you didn't buy. I hope you don't have a really high average buy-in and stuff. Your finance might hit 150K soon. That's that crypto, right? I think I just started seeing it. ADA, Dogecoin, Ethereum, TA. So I just posted a Dogecoin, I think today. I think Dogecoin's going back to like 44 cents, 43 cents. But again, that's short term. I'm still bullish on Doge just on the fact that not necessarily Elon Musk saying that he's working with the devs, more on the fact that Coinbase is listing Dogecoin in the next month or two, which I think it could bring a lot of volume and money into Coinbase, into Dogecoin. Sorry. Oh shit, a live stream. What's up, Tony? What's up, dude? I actually just figured out how to live stream, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it right now. I'm probably not gonna stay on for too long. It's 12:50. I'm probably gonna log off in like 10 minutes. So you guys have me for another 10 minutes, just to kind of like talk and stuff. Do you mind looking at Monero? Sure, dude. I'll look at Monero. Skyrocket. So I mean, I only have 10 minutes being on live, but for Monero, I might just drop a video of TA, just a different day, or maybe today and stuff. Skyrocket GME means 250 plus, not 163. I think GME will probably end up going to, I think I said like 280. And then after that, we might see another push to the upside or the downside. I don't know. But as of right now, my TP for GME is going to be like $280, and that's it. Then maybe I should sell my ARK position. I'm already down like 25% on my position. Don't want to lose more. So if you're holding long term and you're not on margin, Jack G, I strongly recommend you just keep holding. I mean, ARK isn't, unless you're doing like swing trading or something, I recommend you hold, bro. Like there's no reason to sell. I think ARK is a solid ETF, but again, long term. That's basically my recommendation. That's what I would do. Maybe YOLO puts on ARK. I've been doing puts on ARKs for like this past week, and I would only actually do puts on ARK again this next upcoming week because we actually just hit the MACD and we created bottoms on the stochastic, right? So as of right now, if I had to do a position, I'd probably buy in right now because it's a perfect buy-in. Stochastic is at lows, stochastic is at the bottom. It just gave me that trigger, and 50 MA is above the 200 MA, right? So specifically, I would be looking for buys right now. I wouldn't be looking for any shorts. But like I said, on average, ARC rallies what 1, 2, 3. ARC rallies about 3 days before consolidating. So I wouldn't think about buying puts until maybe Wednesday, because we did close Friday here, um, and then Monday, Tuesday. Yeah. So that would be 3 days. I wouldn't even consider buying puts on ARC. I wouldn't even look at this chart until Wednesday, just because the average rally that ARC has is about 3 days before it either consolidates or breaks out. So on ARC, I wouldn't consider buying puts right now. Your Mac will sleep soon unless plugged into a power outlet. Fuck. So it's gonna no, it's okay. I'm gonna log off in like a little bit, so it's fine. But yeah, I wouldn't consider buying puts until Wednesday, maybe for ARC, which is when I think the bullish rally might stop. I think if anything, it might shoot back and stay around $105, maybe shoot up to 111. But again, I wouldn't even consider buying puts on ARC until another 3 days out, to be honest. Um, I mean, I'm 25% for me to break even. I mean, I'm down 25% for me to break even. I may take more than a year to even break even. I could do more with the money, probably, possibly. So you might be able to break. You might be able to. Whoops. Sorry, I'm plugging in the computer so I can stay a little bit longer with you guys. So you might be able to, do more with the money. But if you bought into ARC for a long-term purpose, I wouldn't sell your position. If anything, I would just dollar cost average. I would just keep buying. I would just keep buying whenever it dips. To be honest, like I wouldn't sell your position, because then you're taking that loss. To be honest, and I would probably consider maybe just adding to your position instead of selling. And then, because if you think about it this way, if you sell at a 25% loss and you go back into ARC and it keeps dipping, you're just losing again, right? If anything, I think ARC is a solid long-term hold, and I feel like if you're actually swing trading, then fine, take the loss. But if you're holding long-term, I wouldn't recommend, I wouldn't recommend selling the position. Read up on what happened in the 70s. Rapid inflation will drive the market going down. So I do kind of agree with you, Cameron. I do think we are headed towards inflation, but I don't think it's gonna be as bad as a lot of people are actually, thinking it's the end of the world. And I'll go into that a different day, probably in a different video, because I just wanted to log on and do TA for you guys instead of talking about inflation and stuff. But I do partly agree with you. Juicy Begum, everything is dying. Kind of. Everything is kind of going down. I do expect the market to keep going down this week, unfortunately. Just for those of you guys that are here, yeah, I do think the market might potentially keep going down, which kind of sucks. Do Facebook. I'll try to do Facebook right now. You gotta play for the long hold, Jack. Yeah, I do agree. I mean, if you're doing a long term, definitely keep doing long term, and I wouldn't recommend selling. Cool Kid 503 Mancia says gold and commodities 100%. I do like gold. I like silver. I like copper. You guys already know that I trade commodities on my Forex account. So gold and silver are definitely one of my favorite positions. As far as also coming into that, as far as the Forex EA, I have been testing it for the last couple months, so I might actually be releasing that a lot sooner than before, just because it has been working relatively well on gold. So I wouldn't recommend using the Forex EA on anything but gold, and you would probably have to do like a 0.01 lot on like $5,000. So I would not recommend you guys even try the Forex EA. Hey Tony, did you start trading Forex? Did you start trading on Forex? I've been trading Forex for a while. I've actually been trading Forex since like for years now. Not I actually started there instead of stocks, and I actually learned how to trade on Forex, not necessarily on stocks. So I mean, just to kind of give you guys an example of what. So I do have Euro USD. I do have my chart set up for the Euro and stuff, and I definitely trade. I don't want to say that I trade Forex a lot more than I do stocks. It's just that's something that I probably do on like a daily and stuff. I think right now I'm actually on a doggy coin short. So yeah, but there's actually a Forex CA that me and a couple programmers have been working on, and that's actually it's been working relatively well. But that's something I'll probably release a little bit later, not right now. Just kind of mentioning it to you guys. Wash as fuck. What do you think about ARC-G and ARC-F ETFs long term? So I don't want to say I necessarily like all of Kathy Woods' ETFs. Anything that she has is based off of kind of going into into companies um, that are trying to break into like a category and kind of be disruptive, right? So I don't want to say that's necessarily a bad thing, but when all your tickers, all your companies that are in those ETFs, there's a lot of speculation that goes into it. That's going to be very, very, very long term, right? So I know she's focusing a lot on genomic and what is it, genomics or like genetic modification, right? And while that may be something that can be popular like a while from now, I don't think it's gonna really do all that well right now. I think it might stay stagnant for a couple of years before really blasting off, to be honest. Tony, the whole biotech is undervalued. Do you think it's smart holding biotech stocks during this time? I don't. I don't trade biotech stocks. I don't think biotech is really gonna like start pushing through for like the next couple of years. I don't want to say I hate biotech, but if you're gonna be in biotech, I would probably recommend just an ETF that holds a bunch of bio, and kind of go with that instead of swing trading or day trading or whatever. Also, I don't recommend day trading. I think day trading is like the worst. Um, can you give a technical analysis on VXRT? Sure. I think there's been a couple of you guys. Oh, it's the same dude, Cool Kid, man, Mancia, VXRT. I think there's actually one that somebody asked up here if I can do a TA on something else. TA on BNGO, Clove, Open. So there's a couple. Man, there's a lot of people asking for different TAs. VX, sure. I'll do the VXRT right now, dude. What is it, Cool Kid 503 Mancia? I'll do your TA on VXRT right now. I've actually never looked at this ticker, so mind you, I have no clue what these people do. I don't know what's going to. Ooh, nice. That's a very good. I mean, if I had to guess, I'd probably. You know what? Never mind. We're trending down, so I don't think I would buy in yet. It actually looks like it might sell off pretty soon again. It might keep going down a little bit. So, how's this thing been moving? I mean, it's just been consolidating for like a while now. VXRT. I mean, it hit highs of what, $24? I mean, I guess there's like a certain amount of upside. What is VXRT? Does anybody know? What is that? What is VXRT, man? What does VXRT do? Let me know what VXRT does in the comments, because I've never seen this I've never seen this ticker before. All right, so again, let's start off by actually adding our trend line. So we'll do one right there. Why are we I messed up, sorry. Not trend lines, we're looking for our horizons right here. So wick. We're gonna add it right here. For previous price, we'll add another one up here just because, we always add at tops, we always add at lows just in case. And where's our next line going to be? So we'll do one right there. I don't even know why I'm adding up here. It's kind of useless. Price is way down here. I don't even know why I'm adding. So we'll do price support. We'll do it right. I think that's going to be the low for now. Let's see, what other zones are there? Trying to look at all the wicks that are touching together. I think if I had to guess for another part, I think that'd probably be because it closed right there. And I think another one would generally be like around this area. I think that would probably be a good. Yeah, I think for the most part, I think this is going to be your general price zones, right? Let me see if I can add. So also for like lines, I tend to actually use the lines a little bit just to kind of see where we're actually touching. So prices of, we didn't really touch there. Another one that's actually not that bad. This one would probably be another zone. Yeah, these are all fine. These are all pretty okay. It kind of gives us a rough estimate of where price is actually moving towards. So on the week chart, we're bull. Yeah, I wouldn't say we're bullish. We're just consolidating right now. How does it respond to sell-offs? We are. Yeah, I do think as of right now, it does look like VXRT might sell off again, dude. Like, I mean, what happened the last time that we sold off? Where did we go from? We went from these highs of right here, right? So we went from highs of $10 to lows of, let's see, what was the lowest point that we went? We actually went lower here. So we dropped $4.89. I don't know if we can. I mean, it looks like we're gonna sell off again. To be completely honest, just looking at the chart, it looks like we might sell off. I don't know how strong this next push up is going to be. So, I mean, I know that the MACD is actually giving me an indication of buying right now, but the 50 MA is under the 200, so I don't know if I would put in a buy right now. Everything is telling me that we're gonna see a move up to possibly. I think when we move up, I think we might see a move up to like $8, maybe. Um, yeah, I think if I had to guess, we might see a move up to about $8 before actually coming back down. If I had to guess, I think all moves right now are showing a pretty biased move towards the upside. So if I had to guess, I would say short term, VXRT is going to like around $8. But I think longer term, yeah, unfortunately, I think longer term we might see a potential drop back down to like these, $4.81, maybe even lower than that. To be honest, I think based off of volume, right? So I don't know how long it's going to take, but I think short term, yeah, I do think if I had to take a guess right now, I do think that VXRT is going up to like maybe $7.90, $8, and then probably shooting all the way back down to like $5. So I think that's probably what's going to happen with VXRT, man. If you're holding a position, I mean, keep holding, I guess, but that's kind of what I think right now. New COVID-19 pill, biotech. Oh, so I mean, it might actually run. I mean, if it's a biotech, it can kind of run on really anything. Do I have a Discord? No, I don't. I'm not planning on getting one. I barely have enough time to, create these videos. I think for the most part, if I made a Discord, it would just take too much of my time. I know people would pay me for it, but it's not really about the money. It's more about like I just don't have the time, and I know I have to maintain it and stuff and everything. Cool kid 503 Mattia, you're welcome, dude. I mean, I hope that helps you. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope this thing goes to the moon. To be completely honest, I hope I'm wrong and it keeps going. But the TA is just showing me that it's more the bias is towards a downside as opposed to going up. Short term, I think it might go up to $8, and I think long term it's probably going to keep going down. Can you do a Litecoin TA? Sure. Are you bullish on PLTR? I think for PLTR I'm still a little bearish. Yeah, I think I'm still bearish on PLTR. I think I'm gonna do the last. I think I'll do my final. I'll do Litecoin TA, and I think that's probably gonna be my last TA before logging out. And I'm kind of saying like goodbye to you guys for now. So Litecoin, where is Coinbase? Bittrex, Coinbase. Is Litecoin available on Coinbase? It should be available on Coinbase, right? I just like using Coinbase because it's probably my favorite. Coinbase. Why aren't you on Coinbase, man? Litecoin. Whatever. I'll use Binance. I guess it's like the same thing. Bitcoin. I don't really care about Bitcoin. Yeah, we'll just use it against the Tether. It's the same thing. 300. No, it's not. Litecoin isn't at. Litecoin's at 300 right now. Let me check actually. Litecoin. I want to make sure that I'm using like the right chart, or like the right price at least. So. Litecoin. Litecoin. Price. Damn, it's at 307. Damn, yeah, actually it is the right chart. Let's see what's going on with Litecoin. I mean, immediately it does look like it might sell off, to be completely honest. Let's start adding up our price and supports. Let's see what's going on here. We'll do one right. Nah, it's going to be up here. That's going to be it for that. The next one is going to be not there. There. That's going to be a nice, solid support and resistance. The next one we'll do is there. And then we'll put another one up here just because it's a high, right? And I don't really do support and resistance down here just because there's no point in actually, doing it down there. I don't see a point in putting your whole chart being filled up with a whole bunch of like nonsense. You don't need that. We'll do a trend line just from right here, just a general trend line of what's happening. So we'll do something like that. At least kind of to follow the upside of what's happening with like Litecoin right now. And then we might add another one right here, just because. here to here, just to have like a general understanding of where direction's actually going. What the heck? No, cancel. There we go. So we do have, for the most part, some lines right there, support and resistance, just to kind of get an idea. Yeah, I mean, if I had to guess, I would think that Litecoin, I don't think it's necessarily going down. I think we might hit these 289 levels again before shooting up, but on the month chart, what are we looking at? Yeah, I 100%, I would say no. I would say Litecoin is going to keep going up, to be completely honest. Yeah, I'd say Litecoin is going to keep pushing towards the upside. It does look like we might actually hit another buy right now for Litecoin. If I had to guess, I'd probably wait till price comes down to maybe this 50 MA, because it seems to really respect that, right? So it seems to respect the 50 MA, respect 50 MA. 50 MA crossed a little bit, but it jumped up. 50 MA hit it. It seems like Litecoin is relatively okay with respecting that 50 MA. I'd wait for the indication right now on the MACD to give me, because it does look like it does look like bearish momentum is dying right here. So I would wait for that red little bubble to get created. See, red bubble gets created, push up. Red bubble gets created, push up. So again, I would wait for the red bubble to get created, and then for this blue line to cross above that red line on the stochastic to actually go into a position. But it seems like right now we might troll down to 288, maybe 254, maybe around these like supports. But I think for the most part, generally, I think Litecoin's going up. I don't think Litecoin is really gonna hit any lows anytime soon. Price. Let me see if I can do like a forecast on price. Like, what is the movement generally? Like, let me see, from lows to highs. From low to high. Let me see what we can actually see if I can find anything. From low to high. Let's see. Low to high. What is there a pattern here? Low to high, 100%. Low to high. Touch low to high again. 100%. So I guess we are seeing a pattern right here. We are looking at a pattern, low to high, low to high. Oh, I don't need the fibs. That was my mistake. Again, low to high. 99%. Yeah, we can definitely see a pattern here. I think from the next low, we're looking at a full 100% increase. So if we ever do touch back here, I do think there's a solid chance that we'll do another 100%. I mean, I like to use my forecasts based off of previous runs, because there are really pretty solid indications of what the general movement up is towards. So you guys can see just from low to high, 122%, 167. Oh, sorry, 122 points, 167 points, 206 points. But they're all generally 98%, 100%, 99%. So I do think not necessarily from right now, but where were we on these? It was right at the cross. So this happened right at the cross. This happened, bear market. This happened at the green. So I do think, if we see a low, I think when this would actually turn into like a green bubble, I would probably buy in, to be completely honest. And then you can maybe sort of expect 100% run from Litecoin. As soon as this little green bubble gets created, I would probably buy, and I would probably keep buying, to be completely honest, because the month chart looks extremely, extremely bullish right now. So I would definitely give a solid bias towards a bullish side on the upside. And then, yeah, I don't think Litecoin is, let me see, what is the actual, yeah, the 50 MA should be above the 200 MA. I fully expected that. But yeah, I think if you're looking at buying in, I definitely think that you should buy in when this little green bubble gets created on the week chart for Litecoin. There is a chance that it can possibly keep dropping down to, possibly 288, maybe 252. But after that happens, you can generally expect a pretty solid 100% run from there. I don't want to say that that's a perfect run, but I think, let's say we drop down to like 252. So let's say we drop down here within like in the next week or so. What's the next 100% run? So let's go with 99%, right? Same thing. So after that, if it drops down to, to 250, the next stop is going to be maybe $500 Litecoin. I do think that can possibly be the case for Litecoin. Yeah. So, but that is considering if we drop down to 250. If you drop down to 250, I do think the next rally would take, especially considering Litecoin is an altcoin, and the altcoin right now we're definitely in a bullish market. I don't know how big we're gonna run, but if we do end up dropping to 250, I think I would probably buy Litecoin at this area because I do think that there's a solid chance that we can hit $500 for Litecoin. So I hope that answers your question. I forgot who asked it, but yeah, bro, that's basically that's what I think of Litecoin. I think Litecoin is going up pretty bigly, at least to like $500. GME, I actually just did one on GME. The GME one, I basically said that I think that we're headed towards 283, I think, at minimum. So yeah, GMETA, I already did the GMETA. Please don't forget Monero, Tony, GMETA since you hold in. I already did the GMETA, so if you guys want to see the GME, just, I think, come back when this video is over, and I guess just watch it. Last one. I'll do the Monero one, and that'll be my absolute last one, and then I'm gonna have to like log off. Monero, Tether, Bitfinex. We'll do the Monero against the dollar just because I don't want to. Oh, it's XRM. So Monero is XRM. I guess I'll just use Monero. We'll do against the dollar because I don't like using Tether. So on the week, what are we doing? Okay, so just first off the bat, what are we doing at green bubbles? Stagnate. Yeah, so I think for the most part, this sell-off is going to be it. I think that, this might actually end up being a really good buy for Monero just right off the bat. Let me start adding support and resistance. We'll do it there. We'll do another one right here. We'll do another one right there. We close there. Would I put one there? 372. Sure, I'll do 372. We had support there. Let me see. We'll do 3 there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add one more support, and I think we're good. I think I'll leave it open. I don't think there's a solid amount of support and resistance. I think for the next one, we might see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. No, I think for this one I'll put it right there. I think that's going to be solid. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have too much support and resistance. I think it's been consolidating relatively well. But on the week chart, let me see, month chart, the month chart does look like it's losing a little bit of momentum, but I think we're just replicating what happened back in January 1st. I think that it might be just bouncing off, and I think we might be heading back up towards the upside. Yeah, again, just based off previous moves, Monero looks like whenever it actually hits a bearish sentiment, it tends to trade sideways. So green bubble created, sideways, green bubble, kind of sideways, a little bit down, green bubble, sideways down, green bubble, down, sideways. Yeah, I do think that for the most part, the sell-off has kind of ended for Monero. I would actually probably end up buying at these prices. What happened at this red bubble here? We ran up. Red bubble ran up. Yeah, so I do think as of right now, as soon as that red bubble gets created, I mean, it's looking kind of like a perfect buy-in, to be completely honest. We're looking at the stochastic barely looking towards the upside to break. If we do, there's a chance that we might stay steady around here, but honestly, I wouldn't really be all that bad with a little bit of drawdown. If I had to buy in for Monero and do a swing, I would probably buy in right now and ride it all the way to previous highs of like 498. I don't think I would. Yeah, I think I would be perfectly fine buying Monero in right now. I think it's going to keep running up. Do I think it's going to keep running up a lot? That I'm not 100% sure. This trend line is just a straight shot up. I don't like. I'll show you guys this, right? So this is something that a lot of people tend to like. Oh, these rallies are great, but when bullish rallies are like this, that's not a very good sign because it's basically a straight line up, and there's the price movement gives it a lot of wiggle room to basically crash down. I like my trend lines to actually be more of a consistent gradual growth as opposed to just a straight shot up like that, because whenever a price shoots up like this, like you guys can see here, straight shot up, there tends to be like a huge correction, right? As opposed to there being kind of like a gradual growth where if you do have a pullback, you have like a very, very, very minor pullback. So, kind of a little golden nugget for you guys to remember and consider. So for this, I probably would use like the fibs. Let me see. We'll do like, we're on the day chart. Let me see, relative low to relative high. I'll do like right here, right? So let's say did we retest the 618? 618 is down here. We're at 382 levels. Yeah, I mean, I still think there's a chance that it might go a little bit lower. Um, Fibs are pretty nice and kind of being sort of consistent, but I tend to respect my own support and resistance just because I think I set them up relatively well compared to like other people and stuff, and you know I kind of go by my own support and resistance as opposed to Fibonacci and stuff. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah. I think for the most part, I think Monero is going to keep going up. I don't necessarily have a solid price target for where I think it's going to go. Um, did we break the top end price 476 for 520? I mean, if I had to guess, I would think that Monero is going to keep going up. To be completely honest, I mean, that's just kind of like my own guesstimate right now. Yeah, you can't even add a solid trend line here, man. Like that's kind of the bad part, right? Like where would you even add it? Like it's just a straight shot up. Like look at that. It's basically just a straight shot up like that. Yeah, I mean I don't like when we break out like this because there's a chance that we might correct towards the downside, right? But yeah, like I said, I'm bullish on Monero. It does look like it's gonna go back up to previous highs. I don't think it's gonna crash or anything. Even the day chart, looks like, I mean, we had a strong candle here, but I do think just by looking at this, I do think we're hitting, trend line support, and I do think we're gonna I do think we're gonna bounce off this. I think we're headed back to 496. I don't want to say necessarily we're back to 520, but as far as 496 or 497 being the next price target, I think that's a general. I think I'd be okay buying Monero right now, to be honest. So yeah, so Monero, if you guys are holding or anything, I do think if you're gonna be buying in, I think buying in right now would be a good idea. Um, and if you're swing trading, I would say that buying in right now is a good idea, and then probably selling at like 497, 496 would be your take profit. Am I holding Safe Moon? No, no, I'm not holding Safe Moon, man. No, no. Shit, homie, no toilet flush, shower running, treadmill pounding on your daughter. Yeah, I mean, I had a little bit of time to go live, so I'll stay up. I'm actually gonna end the live right now. That Monero TA was actually the last one that I was gonna do. So I will be logging off. Thank you guys, everybody, for joining on. This is crazy. I didn't think that I was actually gonna do a live or figure it out and stuff. Um, what do you think of Polygon? I think Polygon's great. I think Polygon's gonna keep running. I don't think it's stopped yet. It's being compared to ADA and following me pretty closely. Yeah, I already have a pretty big position in Polygon. I think for Matic I have like a 4K, 5K position in Matic. I'm just holding, to be honest. I'm not looking at trading it or anything. That's the only reason I watch for it. I mean, that's the only time that I have. Either I'm doing TA in the bathroom or while I'm running or whatever, just because I tend to not have too much time or free time. Might as well make your own cryptocurrency. I wish, dude. I mean, if I would make my own cryptocurrency, I'd call it like fucking toilet coin, dude, at this point, or treadmill coin, and like I'd hold like 10%, and then when everybody buys in, I'd like fucking I'd like basically like dump it on everybody and make a shit ton of money. To be honest. What's up, Tony? Can I see a TA on Spy? See what levels to watch and stuff. So I'll do a Spy a little bit later. I am gonna be ending the stream right now, just because I've already been on for like I don't know 30 minutes, an hour. I don't even know how long I've been on for, but thank you to everybody for thank you to everybody for logging on. It's been super cool. I might keep doing this every Saturday and Sunday. Not necessarily not Saturday and Sunday but maybe at least once every Jack G. You're welcome, dude. I might keep doing these TAs or just log on live like maybe once every weekend, depending on how much time I have, and just kind of actual shitcoins, dude. Yeah. Um, yeah, like I said, I might just come on and do these for like 30 minutes to an hour whenever I have free time, and then kind of go about it that way. But thanks for logging on, guys. Thanks for showing up. I so far there's been 464 people that have watched, so that's pretty cool. And as of right now, there's like 25 people on here, which is pretty cool. Thank you guys. Super cool for having you guys on. I might be back maybe tomorrow if I have time, but if I'm not here tomorrow, I'll probably do one next weekend. And just kind of have your tickers ready. And if you guys want to do like unusual options activity, I'll also be kind of like giving you guys that information as well. But for the most part, I think I'll just be doing TA on this and stuff. Your TA made any money? I hope so, dude. To be honest, I really only make my YouTube and stuff to like make myself money, but it makes everybody else make money and stuff, that's fantastic. And I think maybe next weekend or maybe tomorrow if I have free time, I will be doing a full TA um, on basically a how-to TA, like how exactly I trade. I'll be showing you guys my indicators. I'll be showing you guys exactly how to put support and resistance, what moving averages are, what exactly I use, or how I take trades and stuff. So I'll only be doing that on my live. So I won't be releasing videos on that and stuff. But yeah, guys, I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys so much for logging on, and let's hopefully there's the same amount of people next time I log on. All right, cool guys. I'll see you guys later. Mike G, literally the coolest dude I watch. Thanks, bro. Really appreciate it, man. I like I said, I don't even know how we got here, bro. Like 7,000 subs plus. I don't even know why everybody subscribed, man. But I'll see you guys later, man. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.